Hello, I'm Edward Current, and welcome back to my War on Atheism. Now this time I'm waging war on anyone who thinks that Christian Science isn't legitimate. Now, I'll be honest, for a while we creationists have tried to dazzle godless evolutionists with big words like intelligent design and irreducible complexity. But it turns out scientists actually like big words. And frankly, they just weren't impressed. I mean, even a conservative federal judge appointed by Bush ruled that intelligent design isn't science. So, I am hereby calling on my Christian brethren to bring back good old, God-fearing, biblical creation science. Only this time, let's do it right. See, lately the Christian approach has been merely to expose things that evolution hasn't explained and say, ha! Those know-it-all scientists apparently don't know everything. But we need to work harder, show not only that the other theory is wrong, but that the timeless stories in Genesis could have happened and, in fact, did happen. So, first, we need a God-approved, non-blasphemous way to determine the age of rocks and fossils. The godless dating method, which relies on the decay of radioactive elements, says the Earth is billions of years old, not thousands. But we Christians know the Bible can't be wrong. So clearly, right after creation, God must have chosen to decay all of the world's radioactive atoms in weird, unpredictable ways to test the faith of scientists he knew he would be creating much later. But instead of just explaining that obvious truth to deluded Darwinists, we need our own dating method. For example, praying over rocks and just asking God how old they are. That's the kind of rigorous methodology we need to finally crush the blasphemy of evolution. Second, we need to build a wooden boat, gather a pair of every species of animal on the earth, and put them on the boat with 4 men and 4 women, just like Noah's Ark. Then demonstrate that the 8 people can feed and care for those many thousands of animals for 150 days with 0% mortality. You know, kind of like a biblical Biosphere 2, with lots more prayer. Now, of course, if an experiment like that failed, it's because God hates to be tested. But as long as we quote the appropriate scripture in the Serious Scientific Journal article, we'll be fine. And the experiment will prove that we were right. Finally, we need a fossil that's out of sequence with all of the other fossils. See, another way God tested our future faith was to lay down fossils in the same sequence all around the world. Maddeningly, in the same exact way predicted in the 1800s by Darwin. For example, rabbit fossils are always above dinosaur fossils. Now, if we found just one out-of-sequence fossil anywhere in the world, it would support the obvious truth of the Bible that God created all the beasts of the earth on the same day. Now, biblical fossil hunters, don't let Satan discourage you with his telepathic rays. The invisible evil one wants you to be deluded. Let's all just pray that we find one out-of-sequence fossil, just one, before we bring the world to an end so that Jesus can return. Now, of course, we can't stop there. We need to solve all of the mysteries of Genesis. Like, where did Cain's wife come from? Where did all of that water from the flood go? And so on. Because the sooner we prove that creation science is right, the sooner we'll prove that the godless, deluded blasphemy of evolution is wrong. This has been Edward Current. Good night and God bless America.